the LMP1 championship. So Richie 95 on pole position. This is going to be his best chance to make some gains on a champ. I will just say that if you want to get involved in Rubbings Racing, then head to www.rubbingsracing.co.uk, register as a driver and get involved in the action that you see in front of you. We're almost ready for lights out here. And we are underway. It looks like a nice start on the left hand side there from Unicorn. Richie gets a nice fight. Richie into the first corner, nice and clear. We've got Dr. Seltsam up the inside into second place. But Dr. Seltsam loses the car and he's driven straight into Uniclark. So those two in a massive collision coming out of La Source. So we've got Richie clear lead. We've got Bruce Law who inherits second place. Ugbar in third. We've got Ayatel coming under some pressure. JR Lock and Load lost a couple of places off the line there. He's down in fifth place. We have got a hell of a battle in sixth. Dr. Seltsam went a little bit wide coming out of that one, and he is under pressure now from NRP. Champ makes up 3 positions already. Our championship leader looking to make up for what was a disappointing qualifying performance. And he's already up into 7th place, so nice start there from Champ. We got Richie's gone off somewhere. Richie's falling back. He's down into 4th place. Bruce Law now in the lead of the race, so we didn't see what happened there, but Richie clearly having... Oh no. He's lagging all over the place. Richie experiencing some horrible connection problems there. And he has disconnected. So that is a disaster there for Richie. We've got Bruce Law leading the race. 1.5 seconds is the gap to Ugbar. Ugbar obviously won his first race in the Rubbings Racing League on Thursday night in the Formula Renaults around Road America. Oh, he goes a little bit wide there. That wasn't good from Ugbar. Keeps it together. Ayatel is closing onto the back of him. And in turn, it looks like JR. Well, it looks like JR's got round him. So JR up into 3rd place. Ayatel falling back there. Oh, but JR definitely off. Hard on the grass there. So Ugbar with his mirrors full of JR as they come into the bus stop. Is JR going to go out the inside? Oh, with a little bit of contact. Nothing doing. The boys maintain position. Looks like Ayatel had a little look there at the inside of JR, but we remain as you were into La Source. And it looks like Chilly Chill's got past NRP heading down the main straight. And NLP's going to have to go defensive going into La Source. He does, and Lightblade's not going to get around him into that one, but he's got Uniclark all over him. So now Lightblade with Uniclark making the move as they head up into El Rouge. Uniclark up into 9th place there. We've got a battle for second. Ugbar just about holding on here. But JR with a little bit of contact there into the back of him. Is JR going to go up the inside? Oh, lovely move there from JR Lock and Load. He's up into 2nd place. Good driving there from our man from York. Makes the move stick. And it looks like we've got Ayatel with our championship leader making massive progress here on the opening naps here at Spa. It looks like he is really on a mission at the moment. So Champ up into 5th. And he is definitely looking to get that position off of Ayatel for 4th place. Champ obviously had lots of problems in qualifying, couldn't get a clean lap in, but we're seeing that he does have the pace and he does have the skill around this track. We weren't expecting him to stay at the back for too long. Ayatel though doing a good job here of keeping him behind him. But Champ makes the move there, coming down this long, fast, twisty section. And so Champ does have the move now. Ayatel not really fighting that one too hard in the end. Obviously Champ driving a completely different race here. And if Champ can maximise his points in this round, then he will take one step closer to sealing the Drivers' Championship and taking the inaugural LMP1 Championship. He can't do it at this round at Spa, but if he wins or gets a strong position in these races, then he's going to really have his he's going to have it sorted out for the next one. Could potentially secure the championship at the next round. Back with our leader Bruce Law. He has a 4.5 second lead over JR Lock and Load, and the gap does seem to be stretching a little bit, not by too much. JR is keeping him honest, keeping him in sight, but Bruce Well, as I say that though, does look like the gap. It's not really going up by too much. So we've got Bruce leading the race. JR has stretched the gap to Ugbar, so Ugbar losing touch there. The Flying Dutchman does appear to be losing a little bit of ground at the moment. And he does have our championship leader homing in on him as well. So Ugbar will be looking to defend pretty shortly, I'm quite sure. We've got Dr. Seltsam closing in on ATL now for 5th place. Dr. Seltsam, our German driver, Bavarian driver from Germany, and ATL has made a few appearances in our GT4 Ginetta Super Cup and our Touring Car Championship as well. Always good to have him with us. And here we go, it looks as though we've got a battle on it. Looks like Dr. Seltsam is being closed in now by Uniclark. Uniclark's going to have to move. Uniclark round the outside into 6th place. Dr. Seltsam had a little bit of a moment there. And Uniclark picking up the pieces. Let's have a look at our battle here for 3rd place, the final podium spot. Champ's had a hell of a first 3 laps. And he's already putting onto the back of our Flying Dutchman. And interestingly, the gap at the front is coming down. Bruce Law is being homed in on by JR at the moment. JR with plenty of pace in these LMP1 cars. Said that he didn't really like racing these cars. It requires too much of his neck. Says that it is uncomfortable for him to drive these cars, but you wouldn't know it by watching him at the moment. He really does seem to have it sorted out around this track. We know he likes the track. We know he enjoys Spa, so this could be. He could get himself involved in this one. The gap 3.2 at the moment. We've got Ugbar with Champ still all over him, but at the moment Champ can't get past our Dutchman. Although he's going to go for a move here up the inside, and is he going to make it stick? It looks like he does. Our man from the USA is up into 3rd place, our final podium spot. Nice move there from Champ. He's made fantastic progress so far in the first few laps. So just to remind you guys on stream, this is a 10-lap race with no mandatory stop. So it is a straight sprint to the finish. We're on lap 4 at the moment. We've got one person seems to have dropped out of the race. We didn't see who that was. We'll hopefully get word of that as we go on. But for the moment, we're not too sure. So looking down the order, we've got ATL. It seems like Chili Chill is closing onto him. Chili Chill's had a bit of a quiet one in this one. We haven't seen too much of him. Likewise, Lightblade and Fury doing a good job. Last time around, Bruce Thor 1.4 seconds faster than JR. But the fastest man of all that last time was Champ with a 1:55.1, so he's 0.2 of a second quicker than our race leader. But the gap at 10 seconds doesn't look like he's going to be able to close in that gap before the race ends. So we've got the gap between 2nd and 3rd, JR and Champ, is 4 seconds. But obviously with Champ going 1.6 seconds faster that last time around, that does mean that he is going to be right on the back of him in a couple of laps time. And JR, oh, is he feeling the pressure there? Possibly. He knows that the man from America is closing on him. Little bit of a twitch there, almost lost it, just about held on to it. Good driving in the end, good save from our man. We're having a look now at the battle here for 4th place. We've got Uniclark. And he does appear to be closing on our man from Dree. We're going to ride on board with him. Thank you to everyone watching on stream. Thank you for your comments. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. We're going to ride on board with our man from Swindon, who's homing in on our man from the Netherlands. And you can see there just how much pace Uniclark has through that middle sector there. Let's see what these guys can do on the straights. Let's see whose car's more set up. Let's see who has more downforce. Looks like Ugbar is running with less downforce than Uni Clark, because he is actually getting away from him a little bit on the straights. Hard on the brakes into the bus stop. And you can see the gap, more or less nothing at the moment. It's less than half a second, I would say, as they come over the line to complete lap 5. We're half distance here for our sprint race. Obviously stay tuned for our feature race after this. It will be a 21 lap feature race with a mandatory pit stop and a formation lap to precede it. So don't go anywhere, you don't want to miss this non-stop action in the Rubbings Racing League. It's here on Saturday night for our LMP1 championship. And Louis Clark having to back off there, gets a slowdown warning from the race director, so in the end Ugbar managing to pull out a little bit of a gap there. Having a look through the order, looks like JR maybe closing the gap a little bit there on Bruce Law, although Bruce Law seems to have responded in the first sector. Be interesting to see if Champ can close in on JR. He is lapping a second a lap quicker, so possibly Champ could be on for a second place finish here, having started from 11th place on the grid. A superb drive through the field. Did most of the work in the first couple of laps, it must be said, but you've got to be there. And I'm just noticing that these two, JR and Champ, have just closed in massively on Bruce Law. He must have had some kind of incident there going through the middle section of the track, because Bruce doesn't make a lot of mistakes, especially around here. He's got bags of pace, bags of talent, and the gap now down to 4.4 seconds as JR comes into the bus stop. Let's see how he negotiates it. Nice and tidy, pretty clean through there. The gap between JR and Champ, 2 seconds. Last time around, JR half a second quicker than Bruce Law. That just goes to show Bruce Law definitely had an incident there on that lap. Champ, quickest of all, 54.7. Half a second quicker than JR, a full second faster than our race leader. Not that this is going to have an impact unless Bruce makes some kind of catastrophic error at this stage, because he does have a 5-second lead over JR, and his lead to Champ is currently 7.5. So it would take something really, really awful to happen to Bruce to compromise him from the race win at this stage in the race. But you never know in racing. Let's head to a battle for 4th place. We have got Ugbar with Uni Clark pulling out of the slipstream to the outside as they head into Lacombe. Who's going to be later on the brakes? Who's going to have more the bravery? Ugbar holding out the inside. Nice racing from these two, wheel to wheel, very, very close, very, very clean. Ugbar holds the position just about, but our man from Swindon on the warpath here. And who's this? What's happened? Champ has had a moment. We didn't see what happened on the stream, but Champ seems to be in the wars again. Must have had an off somewhere between Lacombe and the next turn, because he has lost masses of time and possibly may find himself open to an attack here. Could lose a podium spot, as we see Ugbar and Uni Clark advancing on him. Uni Clark had a little look there at the inside of Ugbar, but in the end thought better of it. Ugbar very, very wide there. Is he going to get a slowdown penalty? Potentially he might. Uni Clark's going to look to the inside. Is he going to get a better drive out of that corner? No, he doesn't. So Ugbar holding the position at the moment, but they're going to go down this long, windy section at the back end of the circuit. Uni Clark looks to be a little bit too far away to go for a move here, but you never know coming into the bus stop. Oh, and Ugbar, a little bit twitchy. And Uni Clark's going to go for a move up the inside of the bus stop. Is he going to make it stick? Uni Clark up the inside, does make it stick. 4th place up for Uni Clark. Ugbar, in the end, had to concede that, saw him coming, left the door open, had to really, because Uni Clark was committed there. So Uni Clark, our man from Swindon, is up into P4. Nice move there. And can Uni Clark set out after Champ, currently in P3, our final podium spot? This is going to be interesting to see if these guys can mount a challenge to our man from the USA in the last few laps here at Spa. We've got the race leader, Bruce Law, the gap staying the same at the front. In fact, the two leaders, Bruce and JR, lapping pretty consistently within each other. 54.9 for Bruce, 55.1 for JR. 0.2 of a second separating them on lap 7. But 5.3 the gap on the track. Bruce Law doing a solid job here. Obviously out of the running in the championship due to a bit of bad luck, but doing an excellent job, and I'm sure that if he stays with us for season 2 of the LMPs, he will be a force to be reckoned with. Really a credit to the Rubbings Racing League, and doing a superb job so far here at Spa. And looks like Champ's had a moment somewhere, because Uniclark is pulling right up on him. And these two have seemed to have left Ugbar behind a little bit. Ugbar, I don't know what happened to him, but it must have had a moment. As we look at our battle for P6. Well, the timing screen says that there's 0.3 of a second between Doctor and LRP, but doesn't look like 0.3 of a second to me. We'll keep an eye on these boys. We're going to go back to our battle here for P3, and Champ maybe had the better of those few corners over Uniclark, but Uniclark's still there, still waiting, still hoping to capitalise on some kind of mistake, possibly from Champ, as we head into the penultimate lap. Over the line, down the main straight, into La Source. Champ holding position for now. Uniclark with a nice exit, looks to slot into the slipstream. Is he close enough as they head down to El Rouge? Looks like he might be a little bit too far away at the minute to go for a move down the straight. Having said that though, Uniclark with a much better drive coming out of El Rouge. Is he going to go for a move down into Lacombe? No, he's not close enough. He's going to show him the inside, but ultimately Champ's not going to fall for that one. And JR looking, oh my goodness, Champ running outside. Uniclark must have had a slowdown coming out of Lacombe. Champ is, well, no, that's, it looked like they exchanged positions there, but Champ in the end stays in 3rd place. And we're just noticing that JR, our man in 2nd position, must have had some kind of off, because he has lost heaps of time to Bruce Law. Didn't see what happened on the stream, but he's lost 4 seconds to our race leader. All JR has to do is just keep it going, keep it pointing in the right direction, and he will take 2nd place, which is a credit to his skill, his talent behind the wheel. Hasn't really done much running in these cars this season, but doing a solid job here in 2nd place at the minute. One of the pioneers of the Rubbings Racing League, regular broadcaster and commentator on the channel, massive hard worker, and all-round credit to the Rubbings Racing as he comes over the line. Bruce Law, our race leader, is on the final lap. All he has to do is keep it on the island, and he will take the victory in our sprint race for round 8 of the LMP1 Championship here tonight at Spa. And our battle for 3rd place still raging on. Champ and Uniclark separated by 1/10 of a second. Their lap times last time around on lap 9. They're separated by just under a second on the track. So Champ by no means with the podium in the bag. Uniclark driving a fantastic race. Really has showcased what he can do in this one. Our championship leader in the Touring Car League, Tier 1. Showing that he can do it in the faster cars as well as the less powered cars. Champ with a little bit of a wobble coming out of that corner, but he's kept it pointing in the right direction. There's our race leader. He is coming through the final part of the middle sector here, so we're going to stick with our battle for 3rd place. Seems like Champ at the moment holding on. Uniclark though waiting in the wings, hoping to pressure him into some kind of mistake. Looks like JR has got 2nd place as long as he can keep it going. Our race leader Bruce Law is coming into the final corner, the bus stop chicane. He has driven faultlessly from start to finish, has controlled this race from the moment the lights went green. Bruce Law takes the sprint race here for round 8 of the Rubbings Racing LMP1 Championship. Nice driving from Bruce Law, good job. We've got JR coming over the line in 2nd place. Solid job there from JR. A couple of mistakes maybe put paid to his chances of taking the fight to Bruce Law in that one. Champ holds on just about for P3. Uni Clark putting him under tremendous pressure there in the last stages of that race. But Champ in the end holds out for a podium and extends his championship lead over Richie. If my mathematics are correct, the gap now between the top two in the championship is 84 points. With, I believe, 175 left to play for. So Champ taking another step closer on road to potentially taking the title next week at Donington Park. Dr. Seltzman over the line in 6th. We've got NRP in 7th. Lightblade finishes in 8th place. ATL, good job of him crossing over the line in 9th. And Fury is 10th. So nice job there from the boys. Great driving there from Bruce Law. Really solid job in that race. Drove faultlessly from lights to flag. JR in 2nd place. We've got Champ, our championship leader, extending his lead due to a bit of unfortunate misfire from Richie. We're going to head over to our feature race in a few minutes, guys. We're just going to let the boys have a little break, get their drinks and their cigarettes sorted out and all of that stuff. We will be back on air for the feature race. We're going to keep the stream going, but we're going to be back on very, very shortly for the feature race. So stay tuned. We'll be 5, maybe 10 minutes or so, and we'll get this underway. I'm really, really unlucky with his connection so far this season. Thank you to the comments on YouTube. We're going to check those out in just a moment. We're going to arrive with our race, with our pace setter Fury. Once the last car has come out of the final corner, Fury, you can go anytime you want. I just want to quickly say to the guys watching on stream, if you want to get involved with Rubbings Racing, then head to www.rubbingsracing.co.uk and click on register as a driver, and you can get yourself involved. Be one of the guys that you see out on the track. Right, we're almost ready to go now. Fury, and he's put his foot down. Fury has gone. We are underway for the feature race here. Fury absolutely got the jump on them. Really, really took off. It looks like Champ has somehow ended up in the lead, coming out of the first turn. So Champ has obviously got a massive, fantastic bite and really caught the other guys napping. We'll have to look at the race replay to see if Champ cut through the pack there, because he's come from absolutely nowhere. Champ, JR and Richie there up into 1st, 3rd and 5th straight away. So what a start from these boys. Really, really good. Bruce Law at the back of the field didn't really get a good jump. Must have had an incident coming through their source. So Champ leads the race. Fury in 2nd place. Ugbar coming under some pressure here. He's just got past JR, so JR not having it. Oh, as JR spins out! Spins out coming out of Lacombe. And he will have to reset. Well, he's not resetting. He's trying to drive himself out of trouble there. So Champ leads the race already on lap 1. Went from 7th to 2nd in one corner and finds himself leading the race by 2 seconds. Ugbar, our Dutch driver, is in 2nd place. We got Fury falling back into the clutches of these boys. Richie seems to have got past him into 3rd place now. So Fury down to 4th. We got Lightblade behind them. Uni Clark with not the greatest start, down in 6th place at the moment. Dr. Seltzman under pressure now from NRP for 7th place. We're going to stick with these boys. Having said that, it looks like Lightblade here is putting Fury under massive pressure at the moment. We're going to ride on board here with Lightblade and see what he's seeing as we head down this twisty but flat out section here at the end of the circuit. And you can see Lightblade has got the slipstream. He's going to close in massively here as they head down towards the bus stop. You can see up ahead there, Ugbar and Richie, not too much separating those guys. And Fury brakes very, very late. That's going to allow Lightblade to pick up the pieces. Lightblade moves up into 4th place. So Uni Clark also gaining a position there. Is Uni Clark going to try out the inside? He's going to try around the outside here of Lightblade. Uni Clark cuts underneath Lightblade. Lightblade outbrakes himself into last source. So Uni Clark, our man from Swindon, is up into 4th place. Let's have a look at what's going on in our battle for 2nd place. Richie here in the slipstream with Ugbar. The Flying Dutchman coming under some pressure here. These boys 1.4 seconds behind our race leader Champ, who's stretched out the gap a little bit. Heading down the Kemmel Straight. Hard on the brakes into Lacombe. And it looks like Champ may have had a slowdown penalty there because he's lost a little bit of time coming down that straight. Ugbar goes a little bit sideways coming into that corner, and Richie's going to come out the inside here in the next corner. Richie dives up the inside, late on the brakes for the Frenchman, and he's up into second place. Is Ugbar going to try and fight back? No, he is not. Richie, 95. Hopefully he can take the fight to Champ in this one. Champ with an almost unassailable lead in the championship fight. So Richie looking to do anything he can to try and stop that gap from increasing ever more. So at the moment, Champ leading the race, Richie second, Ugbar is in third. We got Uni Clark here, having a look down the order. Lightblade not too far behind him also. JR lock and load with a horrible first lap, and he appears to have made a pit stop. So taking advantage of that mistake there by saying, right, let's bring it into the pits, damage limitation, let's see what we can do, boys. So JR 42 seconds off the race lead. If he can really get his foot down, he could be in for a challenge. Obviously was 10 seconds behind after that little incident. So 10 seconds in a 21 lap race is possible. Be interesting to keep an eye on JR. Got masses of pace in these cars. If he can keep it consistent, obviously he's in clear air at the moment. He could be in with a shout. Bruce Law has had an absolute mare of a start to this race. He's down in 9th place. Again, we didn't see what happened to him, but he is losing time. You can see the back of that car not in good shape. That engine looks very exposed. That will not do his car any good at all at the moment. So we've got Uni Clark closing on to the back of our Flying Dutchman in the battle for the final podium spot. Uni Clark drove an excellent race in our sprint race and piling the pressure on in this one. But just had someone drop out of the race, didn't see who that was. I'm sure we'll get wind of that as soon as we can. But a disconnection there. So Uni Clark still pressuring our man from the Netherlands. Having looked down the order, looks like Dr. Seltsam here coming under, putting Fury under some pressure, but Dr. Seltsam with a little bit of a wobble there. But he is in the slipstream, and can he go for a move? He's going to show him the inside. Is he going to go for a dive? He does. Dr. Seltsam make the move up into P6. Nice move there from Dr. Seltsam. Very opportunistic there. Fury with a little bit of a poor exit in the previous corner, so Dr. Seltsam making the most of that, pouncing on that mistake. Ugbar still just about holding on for the final podium spot. Uni Clark really piling it on at the moment. Heading towards the bus stop chicane. Is Uni Clark going to go for a move up the inside? No, Ugbar's late on the brakes. Holds it together. Uni Clark's going to go for the exit coming out of the bus stop. Is he going to get him down the main straight? No, looks like Ugbar's very strong. Good traction out of that last turn. And he will have the ascendancy coming into last source. Uni Clark too far back to go for a move. But Ugbar not very strong at all. Oh, my God, boys, bang wheels there. Bit of contact. Uni Clark looks like he's through as they head towards El Rouge. Is Ugbar going to try and fight back? Well, he's going to have to cut the chicane on the inside. The El Rouge on the inside there. And he is going to get a slowdown penalty for that one. So Ugbar has to concede. Uni Clark up into P3. And the battle for first place heating up now. We've got our man from the USA, championship leader, just half a second ahead of our Frenchman Richie. Showed fantastic pace in qualifying. Really has got it nailed down here around Spa. And he's not going to let Champ get away with this one. Not at all. We're just seeing we've had the fastest middle sector of anyone for our JR lock and load down in 9th place, and our fastest first sector of anybody set by Bruce Law. So these boys lapping quicker than just about anyone else at the minute. They really have got the pace. So Bruce Law and JR 7th and 9th respectively, looking to make their way through the field. Obviously JR has pitted, so Bruce Law hasn't. Potentially Bruce Law out of the running in this one, but JR definitely a dark horse. Looking at the timing screens, is Richie going to go for a move coming into the bus stop chicane? He's going to try around the outside. Champ holds the line, holds his nerve for now. Let's see if Richie can get him on the exit. Gets a nice drive out of that corner. Champ, again, going very, very defensive, covering the inside line. These boys have been fighting it out all season. And they're fighting out here this evening, this Saturday evening here at Spa-Francorchamps for round 8 of the LMP1 Championship in Rubbings Racing. And it looks like Richie has got a lovely exit out of La Source. He's made the move into El Rouge. Richie, P1. Can Champ fight back? He's got his lights on. He's letting Richie know that he's there and he wants that position back. But Richie seems to have the straight line speed, maybe running a lower downforce setup there. You can see there that Champ has got it nailed down in the corners, but Richie taking off when they come down the straights. Oh, is Champ going to go up the inside? He's going to go for a dive, and he's up the inside. Maybe a little bit naughty there. Did sort of use Richie a little bit as a break. Richie cuts underneath him, back up the inside, and these boys, less contact. Champ back up the inside. I'm not sure if that could have been racing incident. Maybe a little bit aggressive there from our American driver, but he does take first position. Not sure if Richie will be overly happy with that move though. Champ in the end going very aggressive in his defence. Having a look back through the pack, fastest lap of the race that last time around from JR Lock and Load of 1:54.9. When I say fastest lap of the race, I mean a personal best. Clark is going a second a lap quicker than the two leaders here. He's absolutely flying, our 39-year-old from Swindon. Leader of the Rubbings Racing Touring Car Championship Tier 1. We've had another person drop out of the race. We're down to 8 cars here at Spa-Francorchamps, but I promise you the racing is not going to suffer. We are going to see battles up and down the field here. A gap, we can just see that JR Lock and Load has got the gap down to 37 seconds and he has made his mandatory stop. If he can get these tyres to last until the end of the race, he's in with a fantastic shout of winning this race, whilst Champ and Richie potentially fight it out. Having said that, Champ extends the gap that last time around. He was 2 seconds, well 1.6 seconds a lap faster than our Frenchman. So Champ is really got it going at the moment, although Richie, we know that he's going to be sticking with it and he'll always be there fighting in this one. Just a bit of a track specialist around Spa. Fury, we're just hearing it was Fury that retired from the race. Fury must have had a problem with the car and he's had to bail out of this one. That's a shame for him. Had a good outing, had a few good squabbles in the first couple of laps of the feature race here. And that's a shame to see, really. But thanks Richie thanks Fury for coming along and for taking part. Always a pleasure to have you on the track. And we all fully appreciate all of these guys coming along and giving us such a great show on the track in the Rubbings Racing League. As we see the two leaders potentially going wheel to wheel, and Champ with Richie all over his mirrors. Whilst this is happening, we've got Clark in the background closing in on these guys as well. And is Champ going to try around the outside? Richie, sorry, goes around the outside of Champ. Coming through this flat out section, is Champ going to try and come back into the bus stop chicane? Richie currently in the lead. Hard on the brakes into the bus stop. Richie covers the inside line and the exit as well. And Champ spins it. So Champ loses the car coming out of bus stop. Clark will take P2. Clark's exit out of that corner a little bit compromised. He has to take evasive action to avoid our championship leader there. Fastest middle sector there from JR Lock and Load. He is absolutely flying. And our man from York, having a look here at the sector times, definitely playing himself into contention for the race win in this one. Really has got that setup sorted, and now we can see what he can do. So Richie now, our race leader, having taken the lead off of Champ just before Champ then ran into the back of him and made that mistake out of the bus stop, had that spin. Oh, Clark running very, very wide onto grass. That's going to allow our American driver to have another go at him. Champ will be absolutely desperate to get that position back. Obviously his gap to Richie in the championship after the sprint race is now 84 points. And it looks like it will not be extended in this feature race because Richie seems to have got that connection sorted. Touch wood. Don't want to speak too soon on that one, but we hope that he's got that all sorted out and he is here to stay in this feature race because he's driving an absolute masterclass at the moment. The gap's now 2.5 seconds. He's lapping quicker than anyone else out there except JR Lock and Load. Bruce Law seems to be out of this one. He has come into the pits, so Bruce, well, having a look at the timings, I'm sure that Bruce could get up to 4th if he really gets his foot down. But we're going to keep an eye on Bruce anyway. He will be coming back through the pack in this one. So we're going to stay with our second place man, Uni Clark. Under pressure now from our American driver, Champ. Out of the bus stop, let's see who gets the best exit. Well, Uni Clark absolutely leaves him for dead. Champ struggling through there for whatever reason. That's where we saw him have his spin last time around. So Champ not having things go his own way here. Not at all, not by any stretch. And Bruce Law, the winner of the sprint race, having an absolute nightmare in this one so far. So it's a little bit of a turnaround from what we had in the last one. Nico saying on the stream, no Porsches. Not by the looks of it. Looks like we're mostly racing in the... We've got a couple of RWDs, a couple of Audis, and a Toyota or two, I think. Champ definitely not letting Uni Clark get away at the moment. Although having said that, Champ makes a little bit of a mistake there. Coming through that long sweeping left-hander, and he's going to lost a little bit of time there. Uni Clark with a bit of breathing space, and Uni Clark did close the gap definitely on Richie. Richie must have had some kind of moment there coming through the middle sector, because the gap between our Frenchman and our man from Swindon is now down at just under 2 seconds. Meanwhile, we're going to have a look and see what JR Lock and Load is doing. He seems to be closing onto the back of Dr. Seltzer. Now these boys in a completely different race because Dr. Seltzer's still yet to pit. JR having pitted already, and JR is really going to be going for the win in this one. So let's hope that Doctor doesn't fight in too much on this one. Obviously, they are racing for track position, and at the end of the day, I don't expect Doctor to ease off and pull over. But at the same time, these guys are in a different battle. So let's see how this one plays out. We've got JR pulling out the slipstream now, and no dramas really there. JR making the move up into P6. Let's see if Doctor tries and fights back. Obviously he's not going to ease off. He's going to still have his foot to the gas because he wants to catch up to NRP for P5. Nope, he's going to stay out of this one, and JR is going to set out after NRP for 5th position. JR doing a stellar job at the moment. Does another fast lap. Fastest man that last time around, Uni Clark. Still got that thing nailed down, not letting Richie get away. The gap still 2 seconds. Meanwhile, Champ falling off a little bit here. But to be honest, at this stage in the season, Champ, all he's got to do really is keep getting podiums, keep getting consistent finishes. He's got a massive lead in the championship now, thanks to Richie's very, very unfortunate disconnection. Well, multiple disconnections throughout the season, and the Champ really has just got to bring the car home in these next few races, and the crown for the inaugural LMP1 Rubbings Racing Championship will be his. But it's all a bit too soon for that at the moment. We've still got a race on our hands. Richie leading the race. 1.9 seconds is the gap. Uni Clark keeping him within sight, keeping him honest, not letting him get away with this. Into the bus stop chicane. Uni Clark's hard on the brakes. Let's see what the gap is as they come over the line. Let's see what their lap times are. Over the line they come. Richie 55.1, Uni Clark 54.9. So there's not much in this. 0.2 of a second. Uni was faster than Richie that last time around. So it looks like he's slightly got the ascendancy, but then again, it could go either way. Each time you come round, you never know. You know, guys, there's so many possible mistakes and errors that you can make coming around this track, around Spa-Francorchamps especially, but in these cars, they really are difficult to drive, so it's impossible to get the perfect lap in one of these. It can be challenging, as we see thick fog forming over the track here. This is going to make it a little bit more difficult for the boys to handle. So let's hope these guys can keep it pointing in the right direction, keep their cars on the track and everything in order. So the gap's still 2.2 seconds. And just having a look back, we've got JR doing a great job still, 34 seconds, so could be within a pit stop pretty soon if he keeps this pace up. Our man from York still going very, very well. Obviously makes his pit stop already, so he's in a great position to challenge for the race win this time. And Richie seems to have pulled out a little bit of a gap here. We've got Champ all over the back of Uniclark. We're going to ride on board with him and see what's going on with these boys. Can Champ go from moving to the bus stop? Nope, it's too far away this time around. Uniclark looking shaky at the minute. Richie's last lap around was a 55.9. Uniclark very slow that time around, 57.5. Champ is looking to pick up the pieces from Uniclark's lack of pace at this moment in time. Meanwhile, JR still closing that gap. It's now down at 33 seconds to Richie. Oh, Champ, no! There, he's lost the car. Champ spins out through El Rouge, and well, there's no one nearby, so he's not going to lose any positions, but he's going to lose bags of time. Very unfortunate there from our American driver, championship leader in the LMP1 class. As we see JR make his way around Ugbar. Is that? No, JR's out of the race. JR Lock and Load's retired from the race. It must have been a collision there. I think that was a collision with Ugbar. Oh, that's a disaster for him. JR was really playing himself into contention for the race win in this one, but seems to have pulled out of the race. With goodness knows what happened there. That is awful, awful news for our man from York. I don't know, didn't see what happened. We could just see in the thick fog something occurred there. We're not exactly sure what. We will find out after the race, I'm sure. We'll try and bring JR in for an interview if we can and find out what happened. If we can bring JR in for an interview, we will. Whether it's during the race or after the race, time will tell us on that one. So the gap at the front, 4.1 seconds. Richie extending the gap. Uniclark obviously with a mistake on that last one. Champ, 13 seconds down now. He must have made another mistake on this lap. He's got his work cut out if he wants to be in the fight for this one. And Richie now extending the gap to Uni. These boys' lap times are really tailing off. The track temperature is dropping and the fog is thickening. So the gap at the front between our boys is 4.1. Still Uniclark keeping Richie honest. I would say keeping him in sight, but with the fog and the visibility, I don't think you can really see anything that's more than 100 yards away from you at the minute. But these boys pretty spread out at the minute. No real, doesn't look like we've got any on-track battles. Dr. Seltsam brings the car into the pits. Let's see what Dr. Seltsam can do. Let's see what his boys are. Let's see if his boy, what his boy's competency is like in the pit box. And he appears to be being held a little bit there. Was that a tyre change maybe? No, doesn't look like it. For whatever reason, Dr. Seltzer here being held for a massive amount of time. And eventually they let him go. Maybe that was a tyre change, maybe it just wasn't showing on our monitor. We're going to go back with Uni Clark here. He's lost a little bit of time to Richie on this lap at the moment. Now, having said that, he's making the time up at the end of the straights, definitely. As we go hard on the brakes into the bus stop. And Richie's made a mistake. Oh no, has he not? No, Richie's into the pits. Sorry, my bad. Richie brings it into the pits. Our race leader. Now this is where the race can be won and lost. This is going to bring it into the box. Uni Clark now with a chance to try and bring some pace out and maybe close the gap here. Or the net gap to Richie. Obviously it was 4 seconds as Richie came into the pits. Now if Uni Clark really gets his foot down, he might be able to make some gains and play himself into contention in this one. Champ also matching Uni Clark, but the gap is now 9 seconds. Champ's going to need the boys up front to make some kind of mistake if he is going to win this race. Having said that though, Champ obviously going to be thinking of the championship at this stage in the season. We are in the latter stages now. This is round 8 of 10 and Champ will do all he can to try and keep that championship lead. He's within touching distance now of the LMP1 crown. Having looked down the order, we'll see where Dr. Seltzman's come out 1 minute and 33 seconds off the pace. And NRP does appear to be closing the gap a little bit on him now. So, looks like we have got Richie 20 seconds behind Uni Clark. A pit stop around here is about 30 seconds. So at the moment Richie's got this one, but it depends on what Uni Clark can do. This is a pivotal few laps here for our man from Swindon. Into the bus stop. Is he going to bring it in this time around, or is he going to leave it right until the end of the race? No, he's going to keep going around this time around. Champ is closing the gap actually on Uni Clark. Just having a look at the timing screens. Definitely the man to beat in these conditions. Heavy fog, low track temperatures. Champ seems to have it nailed down at the minute. And yeah, the gap definitely coming down there at the front. We'll keep an eye on that one. For the time being, Richie here coming over the line. Still 28 seconds adrift here of our race leader. But obviously Uni Clark with a mandatory pit stop still to come in this one. Just like to say a big thank you to the boys watching on stream. Thank you for your comments. If you want to get involved in the Rubbings Racing League, head to www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. Click on the tabs that says register as a driver and you can get yourself involved in the action that you see in front of you on screen. And it looks like Ogbar has had... No, he's into the pit. Must be into the pits. Yep, Ogbar in the pits. Flying Dutchman coming in for his mandatory stop. Bruce Law will take 4th position. Thank you for your comments. We'll check those out. Very unlucky this evening, boys, obviously, to have the thick fog here in this feature race. Not sure whose idea that was, but we'll find out. Anyway, back to Champ. He's closing the gap massively here on Uni Clark into the bus stop chicane. Really has got it nailed down at the minute. Let's see what the times are coming over the line. We've got Uni Clark 57.5. Champ comes over the line with a 54.4, so 3 seconds a lap faster, our American driver that last time around. Richie does definitely appear to have this one. His gap to Uni Clark just 27 seconds now. And we've had a retirement from the race. Ugbar has been disqualified. And we've just heard from Ugbar's team that Ugbar got disqualified for reversing down the pit lane. No, hold on. Oh, hold on, no, we got that wrong. He was driving the wrong way. So he was turned round and drove the wrong way. We're hearing on the pit radio. I'm not sure what Ugbar was doing. No, hold on. No, sorry, we're going to speak to Ugbar. We're going to relay what he's telling us. Ugbar, can you let us know what happened, mate?
I had my pit stop.
Okay. So he had his pit stop. He's driving the correct way. He took the corner as usual. So he got disqualified for driving the wrong way when he was driving the right way. So there will be a definite inquest into which stewards decided on that decision, because that is bizarre. But Ugbar ultimately disqualified from the race. Obviously you couldn't hear him on the stream. I was relaying what he was saying to you in real time over the microphone. But Ugbar, I feel sorry for you there, mate. That's an absolute disaster for you. And I'm sure that there will be an investigation. Maybe the stewards have got something against you. Maybe they've got a bet on this. Maybe they've fixed. It's a race fixing. Maybe they've banked on you getting disqualified. We'll have to have a look and see who's put a bet on Ugbar getting disqualified. Because whoever it is, they're making a fortune out of this. Absolute fortune. Outrageous. So Champ inherits the lead. Uni Clark brings it into the pits. And Richie will assume second place. Let's see if Champ can pull out a gap enough to jump Richie. I suspect he won't, because Richie, with bags of pace, bags of experience, bags of talent, and I'm absolutely certain that Richie, unless he makes some kind of mistake in this final 5 laps, we're into the final 5 laps of the feature race, unless Richie makes some kind of error or some kind of catastrophic decision, it looks like our Frenchman, second in the Drivers' Championship, repeated victim of disconnections, it looks like he will take P1 tonight, barring any mishaps or catastrophes. But stay tuned, because the final 5 laps, anything can happen. And honestly, the gap that he's got, the safe gap that he's got to Champ, probably about 7 or 8 seconds. So anything can happen. Stay tuned in this final 5 laps. Pressure definitely on here for Richie, and he'll want to perform. He will want to get the win in this one, because he's had an absolute disaster the last couple of rounds. Obviously a disconnection on the penultimate lap at Hockenheim. God forbid that happens again in this one. But Champ here doing a solid job as well. Had a couple of errors. Didn't have the easiest of starts to this race. He really is excelling in these foggy, poor visibility conditions. And Richie not very confident through there. Into the bus stop. Just want to say thank you to all the boys sticking with us on the stream. If you want to get involved in the Rubbings Racing Leagues, then go to www.rubbingsracing.co.uk, click on register as a driver. Preferably register with a name that's similar to your PlayStation 4 name. We're a PlayStation 4 community. We run only on the PlayStation 4. We're the most authentic sim racing experience on the PlayStation platform at the moment. So by all means get involved. Become part of the action that you see in front of you. The action that you see in front of you. Unfortunately tonight, not the greatest due to a few issues with the weather. Nothing we can do about that. So it's very much like this in the Belgian Alps. It's just part and parcel of racing, unfortunately. Some days you get visibility where you just can't see anything. But we'll have to, next time we'll have to come on a day where it's not foggy. Back with our race leader doing a solid job at the minute, but it's not going to be our race leader for very long. When's Champ going to bring it into the pits? He's got just over 3 laps to go now. The gap 21 seconds to Richie. Into the bus stop. I imagine he'll be leaving it as late as he... No, he's into the pits. As I say that, our race leader from the USA Championship leader, Champ, brings it into the pits. It'd be interesting to see where he comes out in relation to Uni Clark, because I saw the gap there was about 28 seconds. So the battle for second place could be wide open. Champ brings it into the box. We've got Richie coming round here. Richie, our Frenchman, second in the championship. Absolute specialist around Spa. Takes the lead, comes over the line to start 3 laps from home. Where's Uni Clark? He's coming out of the bus stop now. Now the exit, of the pit lane actually takes a tighter line coming through the hairpin. So it'll be interesting to see if Champ holds on to P2. Uni Clark coming around La Source now. There's Champ just ahead of him. So these boys going to go wheel to wheel most likely as they come down the Kemmel Straight. I'm sure that Uni Clark will slot into the slipstream and look to get a nicer run through El Rouge. If he does, he will be right on him. Champ will have cold tyres. So Uni Clark with a fantastic chance here of taking P2 into the slipstream down the Kemmel Straight. Champ's going to go defensive towards the inside. Is Uni Clark going to try around the outside? We're going to go to trackside here. No, we're not, because we can't see a thing. We're going to go back onto Uni Clark's roof view again. Champ doing a nice job here, holding the position. And ultimately holding on. Oh, Uni Clark, no! Loses it, spins out into the wall. That potentially was the moment for Uni Clark. I think that's going to put paid to his chances of finishing in second place. Still on the podium, still a good job. Oh, a little bit of a wobble coming through that long left-hander and just about holding on to it. Obviously, cold tyres, fresh tyres. Richie with a 10-second buffer to Champ. So it looks like our man from France, currently racing out of the Netherlands, has this one in the bag at the moment. But anything can happen in this final couple of laps. The rest of the field very spread out. We've got Bruce Law, winner of the sprint race. Total no-show in this feature race, unfortunately. We know he's got pace around this track. We know he's got talent. He hasn't shown it so far in this race, in this feature race. Although his lap times do suggest that he has got plenty to offer. It's just about putting it down in this one. And obviously didn't get the greatest of starts. First lap was a bit of a disaster. Dr. Seltzman doing a great job. Still going around in 5th place. I think he's been lapped by. But good job from our German driver. Obviously his teammate retired from this one. Chilly chill. But he is flying the flag in this one. Dr. Seltzman, hell of a drive. NRP still going around in 6th place. Nice driving. He's making his debut in the LMP1 league, and a solid job, may I say. These are not easy cars to get the hang of, and he's got to grips with it very, very quickly. And the pace will come with time, will come with practice. At the end of the day, you can't just jump in these cars and be quick straight away. It takes plenty of dedication. As these boys at the front, Richie, Champ and Uni Clark, will know. And the gap between Champ and Uni Clark, 2.8 seconds. So Uni Clark going quicker, but I think Champ may be just about safe, barring an incident or an accident or anything going pear-shaped in the latter stages of this race. I think that Champ has second place in the bag. Our race leader is about to start the final lap. He's done everything right so far, as Richie. Solid job from our man. Really, really good driving. I just hope that his internet connection holds out for this final lap. It didn't in Hockenheim, unfortunately. He wasn't eligible for any points in that race due to a disaster on the penultimate lap, but he's holding it together. Let's hope that that connection stays firm. Champ just 2 seconds ahead of Uniclark. Maybe Champ with a bit of damage from where he hit the wall. But Uniclark must have some damage as well from his little brush as well, from where he was trying to overtake Champ a couple of laps ago. So these guys driving wounded cars, you can tell that they're definitely down on straight line speed. Those cars not reaching the top end they should be. And Champ is going to definitely find himself under pressure from Uniclark on this last lap. This race is not over for second place, because Champ that is a wounded car you see in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. Uniclark has got a fantastic chance here of taking P2 on the last lap. Our 39-year-old from Swindon, leader of the Touring Car Championship. All round, very, very strong racer in general. And he's going to have masses of pace over Champ in this last sector. This is all about straight line speed and top end, this last section. This bit here is all about whether your car's nailed down. But let's have a look, because let's keep an eye on these boys. We're going to keep tabs on Richie here. He's going to come through the last corner in just a moment. Let's see if Uniclark can close the gap here as they head into the last sector now. No, looks like Champ has actually got him. Champ pulling away a little bit in this last section. Richie, 95, takes the race victory in our feature race for the Rubbings Racing LMP1 Championship, round 8 at Spa-Francorchamps. Great driving from him. Is Champ going to hold on for second place? Oh, Uniclark spins the car out of the bus stop, puts pay to his chances for sure of finishing in second. Champ over the line in second place. Solid job from our championship leader. Concedes 5 points to Richie. The gap at the front of the championship, 79 points as we head into round 9 at Donington Park next week. Uniclark completes the podium. Bruce Law coming out of the bus stop chicane in 4th place. And in the end, good recovery from Bruce. Maintained that gap to the leader. Dr. Seltsam he's finished the race a lap down, so that is race over once the NLP comes over the line. I want to thank all of the boys for watching on stream. That was a great race in the end. Very, very close between Uni and Champ. Champ just holding on there for second place. I want to thank all of you for watching. I want to thank all of the guys for supporting the Rubbings Racing League. If you want to get involved, then head to www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. Register as a driver, get yourself involved, get your name up in lights, and you can be one of these boys having your name shouted out. You can be one of the stars of the e-racing on Project Cars 2. From all of us, a lot of love and good night. We'll see you for GT3 Championship tomorrow at 8 o'clock.